Here we go. 302. I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
We're talking about coupons.
So, how much would it have cost to have got you a new pair of glasses with your guy?
Well, I don't know for sure.
You've never gotten a pair?
Well, I have, but the thing is, I didn't get a brand new pair. I had lenses redone.
So you had previous frames.
Right.
You've never gotten when's the last time you got a new glasses?
The last time I went to them, I actually got new contacts. Previously to then, I bought my other glasses from Lens Crafters, who are down right over there. But I got into a little, argument with the doctor.
You didn't have a coupon.
No,
Sorry, we're not laughing at you, I think.
I think you are, and I think that's okay. I don't have a problem with that.
It sounds like that your guy is pretty unique because he's the only one you haven't gotten into a beef with.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, America's best beef. Lenscraft, you just said beef.
Well, the reason I got into it with him was not. It wasn't anything like particularly greasy. It just ended up being that way because the guy was kind of a. I don't want to say sort of like a hurry through and say yes and that kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
The contacts he got me, they've changed over the years, right? And so there was a time, I don't know, Pat, you probably remember this. There was a time when all of them were kind of uncomfortable, like a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had the same eye doctor for many, many years, and he tried to gouge me a few times for glasses. And he'd just give me the prescription, and I'd go to Lens Crafters, and they're like, oh, well, there's like a lot of like hoopla I had to go through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you didn't see their doctor.
Kind of, yeah. So, yeah.
Well, and on top of that, the other thing that I was doing was for years, I would just get my prescription and then order like contacts online and stuff.
Right.
That's
Okay, yeah.
So they're like, I don't know, and on top of that, for like 6 years, they didn't care that it was expired. You're supposed to have
contact guys,
you're supposed to have a new script every year
Right.
when you do this shit. I'm like, I would just punch it in. It's like, I'll see what happens, and then eventually my vision changed, which is why I had to switch it. I think they just looked and saw that there was a file attached, and they're like, well, I don't care. This is this prescription, right?
See, I went through that because, I went to my expensive ass eye doctor. And I was like, no, I'm not going to go pay like $500 for a new pair of glasses in your shop.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But then I go on like eyeglasses.com or stuff.
Yeah.
I punch in the things that I wanted, the frames that I wanted. And they were like, no, your prescription is way too fucked up for us to be able to do this.
Right.
But I was like, you already charged me for this. So what are we going to do here? And they had to do a chargeback on my card.
Yeah.
So I've just gone to my actual guy and
Pay $500.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
Now, like these glasses here are like $350. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and my old ones, the ones that I just my Oakleys, those ones were like, the frames were my lenses were not as much as his lenses.
But I got like Oakley frames for like $90.
Right.
It was the prescription that was fucking expensive. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea that.
Well,
lenses
I'm sure my guy is gouging me, but I
He's
walk
the only
out
one
with
that
it.
can do
well,
it.
no, I walk out with a pair of glasses that I can see out of.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And here's the thing is, I don't think those guys are overly gouging in that regard. I know that those guys, the reason that you have to wait 7 to 10 days is because they're wholesalers, right? Right. I mean, because it's not that the frames aren't bad. These actually, I got these from them, so they're comfortable in my head, right? The other ones I thought were giving me headaches because they were pinching me in a weird place. But I'm like, yeah. So the
Yours look like they still pinch you.
well, I'm wearing little patties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing little
You have to,
retard pads.
You have to pay extra for those?
I bought those on Amazon. I got like 19 of them for like $6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you just swap them out every now and then.
No, the first ones are still good.
You're just good for life.
What do you put them in the dishwasher or something?
No, Pat, it takes a lot of mileage to wear out like little patties for your ears. They don't they don't get as involved in like tackle football as you think. They're sort of
You have nothing to do with your weight sets, huh?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are all things I had no idea.
And that's the thing. I don't have to do the transition.
The progressive.
Yeah.
So I got those last year, and you're still fucking with me.
Our progressives.
Basically,
The ones
It's bifocals, but there's
Oh.
no like line. Like my dad
Oh, the
used to have
separate.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
And so I still catch myself like reading my phone like this.
Trying to look old.
Yeah, no, man.
looking old is having those bifocals. Those are like your dad had them.
Oh yeah.
Harold had those.
Well, my dad had trifocals, so which had those weird like plates on the bottom of your lenses.
I didn't.
Oh yeah.
What are those for?
Extremely nearsighted people who start going blind after a while.
Christ. All right. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's straightened out now, but yeah, this is.
All because of a coupon, huh?
I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't said some shit about it. I'm like, all right, you know what?
Hey, I've been saying use the coupons for 25 years.
Right. So
Yeah, that's fair.
This
statistically,
message has been out there forever.
listen. So statistically, what would have happened is, had I been using coupons or whatever all the time, I would have still had this experience, but there would have been more of a sample set to offset it of normal to crap. However, since this is the one time I decided to, on the advice of my brother, I can't hold you accountable, but it does sort of change my perception, yes.
I think you came out extremely victorious. You got a free pair of glasses.
It's
That's even better than the coupon.
it's not in the right prescription.
How much did it cost to change those?
The lenses were 90.
Ooh.
Okay, all right.
The lenses were 90 because I did have some of the crap put on them.
The anti-glare and stuff like that. Yeah.
So
You can get you can make your lenses just with stuff. Like if you get the transitions ones, which
They fucking suck.
I don't hate it.
I hate them.
But he hates it.
I
But
hate them. Especially since they don't change in the car.
all right, I need them dark in the
Yeah,
car.
exactly.
well, so I have the
You have the clippies.
dork clippies.
Yeah. Okay. Are they
and
the snap-on ones or the clip on top?
flip on top.
Oh my god, those are dorky.
Very dorky, but they work on every pair of glasses. They tried, Patrick. They tried to get me because when I asked them, I said, I took the people there. I said, look, I don't look at my face. I avoid it at all costs. You guys have to look at it. You tell me what glasses will look good on my head. They tried to get me. They tried to get me with the high bar.
The aviators.
Yes,
I have a pair of those. Those are my sunglasses.
I look awful in
Oh,
those.
dude, I look badass in my Ray-Bans. So, yeah.
Well, those are sunglasses though.
Yeah, they're mirrored and everything. I love
These were regular glasses.
them. Okay.
Regular glass aviators.
Well, mine are prescription sunglasses.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what if they tried to give you Potter glasses?
Oh,
What
I
are
had,
Potter glasses?
And the
dude,
Harry
I had
Potter.
one of those. I had
do you
a
mean?
pair of
The
those for
straight
years.
round.
Yeah, with the roundies. I had those for years. Used to get compliments on it.
Did you get Potters?
Those are not
Oh,
Potters.
no, those are too big.
They're pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
They're rounder,
Yeah, they're definitely rounder.
but you're talking about straight up like Coke bottles, right?
No, just round glasses.
Yeah, but they're like
Yeah,
perfect.
just
circle.
Yeah, circles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I had a pair of those for years, Problem is, my fucking angry eyebrows kept like greasing the top of them. So I couldn't. Yeah, that's why I got these.
Well, I mean, again, yeah, this is the problem. They're trying on certain things, and they're like, well, this is, I don't know. This seems to work, but why doesn't it work with your face? I'm like, I don't have a nose to speak of, man. Like, I have one.
Right, you got to strap it on with tension.
Right. Yeah, that's why you have to pull these things back.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no bridge.
No, it's all squished in. It's like, so when my kind was domesticated and bred, right? Like,
From the plains of Korea. Yeah.
see, those of us that are short snouted, we're good at we're good at like catching our prey and latching onto it like bulldogs.
Right, yeah.
That's my case. Okay, now, if you take a look at my brother's fine
Roman nose.
schnauzer,
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
it's delightful.
No, it's not
But he ain't fucking holding on to prey like I do. Once I bite into it,
Yeah, it's yours.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so they paid for your glasses.
Yes,
Did they also give you money to say go fix it somewhere else?
I'm working on that.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I'm
I mean,
We'll
you
see.
got to all the way up to corporate level, so this is where they start just being like, "Here, just go away."
One person says, okay. One person says they reverse the charge. It takes a couple of days.
Yeah.
Okay. The other person
It's on a
says,
credit card, right?
yeah. Well, I was on my debit card.
Yeah, okay.
The other person says they cut me a check,
Oh,
and they're sending it to the address on file.
wouldn't you rather just have the money recharged back to your
Or
card?
he's getting both.
2 different people told me.
Got it.
So
okay.
I don't know yet.
So how much
So
did
you
you
might
spend?
get both.
I might get both.
You
How
might
much did you
actually
spend
make
at
money
America's
off it.
Best?
Grand total, I spent like $229.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. That tracks.
2 pairs of glasses.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, you scored huge.
We'll see.
Well,
We'll see.
even if you don't, you still got
Well,
that
even if
free,
I
so
don't-
you got
even-
that for $90.
Right. Even if I don't, well, I had to pay for the eye exam at the other place. It is not. I remember I didn't get the coupon value and the free eye exam.
So how much did you spend over there?
I spent about $200.
Good God!
Eye exam
I'm
for $100.
sorry. Yeah, that's normal. So sorry, Will. You have great eyes. So
I'm used to just getting a free
the rest
pair
of us
every
are
year.
fucking blind and have to pay for this every year.
Oh, I have to do this out of pocket, by the way. My
Yeah.
insurance is dog shit. It's
God,
awful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what they charge because they're just like, yeah, this is covered, and yeah, go ahead and grab any one of those that's up to
No, my
$150.
eye coverage is dog shit too. I pay for it. They give me like one eye exam a year.
Should
They're
you
like,
need more?
huh?
Should you need more?
No, that's
Okay.
why they pay for that.
Okay.
Yeah, but like glasses are ridiculously expensive. And the cool thing about my insurance is if like my eye starts like bulging on my head,
Right.
it's covered.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything that you would have to also see you or could see a regular doctor for, yes.
It's covered. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm assuming mine has that. I just never even looked.
I hope so.
Well, I have had to go to the doctor for eye problems. You were there once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, that was a while. That was
Mm-hmm.
something years ago.
Something to that
Something like
tune,
that.
yeah.
Hey man, when you really need an ophthalmologist, you really fucking need him. So yeah,
Oh, I was on the ER.
Exactly. Yeah,
That wasn't an ophthalmologist. That was an ER doctor.
but it was covered by your vision.
What happened?
Well,
I can't remember what happened.
because I would leave my contacts in
Oh, yeah.
a month at a time,
Right.
it formed a little ulcer.
Yeah. My brother had a situation where he got like fucking herpes
I had that.
in his eye, and it like yeah, he had to have eye surgery like within the next like 5 hours, otherwise he's gonna lose vision in one eye. Covered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't speak to that, man. I don't.
He was washing dishes back then.
Is that how? it
Yeah,
happened?
yeah.
Mm,
So
wow. Huh. Eh,
So we'll see. I mean, there was one time I have benefited a couple of times from mistakes. I was overcharged by my veterinarian.
oh yeah, and then they're paying you back with your
Correct.
insurance.
So I sent Spot Pet Insurance the full bill that they send me. Then they said, "Whoops, we charged you twice." Refunded half of that. Spot covered the whole claim.
Oh, so you got a check out of it.
That's correct. So I told the people at the vet, I'm like, charge me.
Whatever you want.
I'll sort it out on the back end. It'll be
Correct
fine.
the
Yeah.
bill later, but
It's like, I don't think you've thought about this, but I don't think they know what counts as fair or not in the state of Colorado for rehabilitation. I think it's just whatever number you say.
you're like, I can bring donuts every time.
Not even
You
donuts,
guys
man.
want breakfast?
Just bring my shining personality.
Evidently, that the place that I go to, I was one of the first people in the rehab clinic.
Wow.
Because they've had the emergency section open for longer, but the rehabilitation side, I was one of the first people. I was my former veterinarian, the one that left. I'm sorry, left was
Let go.
excused. I was actually her first person that they. She actually saw my dog from the emergency side, and she came to talk to me, and that was her first one from at that place.
Because most people don't want to pay for rehab, or that was just so new that they.
Well,
It's
is-
probably one of those things that most people don't like think about until they need it.
Like, does my dog really need? How much is it every time?
that is a part of it, and it's. I'm not saying that it's free. You've seen what the bills are, but the
Well, what are they in general? I'm just curious.
$100 a pop or something.
you mean the total?
Yeah, for each time.
Each time is so. Treadmill sessions are like 189,
Okay.
and when I have her hip stuff done, that can be up to 350, 400.
On
That's-
top of the 189 or
No, that's
Oh,
a
okay,
separate
so
day. You don't do both
inclusive?
those on the same
Yeah.
day.
Okay.
That's when they're gonna do doggy puncture, or they're gonna do piezo wave laser stuff. And that also includes. She also
And so that gets paid by your insurance, or do
Yeah.
you have to make a copay?
I pay the bill. They cover
They reimburse you.
80%.
80.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's
That's
why
way fucking cool.
that's why her first emergency room visits where everything was. So you cover the first 1,000,
Yeah.
right? Everything else is 80% up to $1 million.
Wow, that's crazy.
So that first trip, because
And now it's the new year, so you're paying full
I
price
had to-
until
yeah.
you get to it.
And you've never had a problem getting appointments or anything? They don't have to go through an approval process or what? That's badass.
because
Yeah, humans don't even get that
Yeah, no
treatment.
shit. Yeah.
well, because it's for whatever the procedure is. So like the first thing that brought her there was emergency room visits.
Right.
It was $3,000 worth of stuff right there.
Yeah, I get
before,
that. Yeah.
Anything like that. So getting 80% of that back, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a relief, right? And then from there on, here's the thing: is
This is spot insurance.
yep.
I need to go get that.
It just, and that's the thing is for some people, like, there's a lot of things that they can do at like physical therapy that also you can do. Right?
Do they have to do like a? Sorry, I'm interrogating.
No, that's
you
fine.
about
It's
this.
fine. Yeah.
Did they have to do like Kinsasha? Did she have to get like a physical before they sent that to the insurance, or
Okay. So
you
there,
just sign up for it?
you sign up for it.
Would you like to say the name of the company so that we can get our sponsor?
It's spot insurance.
Spot
right?
Insurance. The name of the company is Spot Insurance.
I'd ask you not to use it because I already admitted to defrauding them. Thank you.
Never mind. Please don't use Jeff. That's the reference.
But you weren't defrauding them. You were just using their actual policy.
No, but when I was double charged, I sent them the
Oh, got it. Okay.
right. All right. Now, is it a minor thing? Yes, but at
Yeah,
the
it's
same
minor.
time, I'm not saying like use code Jeff at checkout.
No.
Oh yeah, there's that. Otherwise, it sounds like a good ad.
No, it's great. And that's the thing. And so like I have to do exercises with her every day, right? Because there's only so much that they can do, right? So when they put her on the water treadmill, and she's doing like 30 minutes at a time right there, right? That's to make sure, because in the water, you have to use all four legs. She can't take shortened strides. And same thing goes with like acupuncture. I can't do that. Same thing goes with like the laser equipment. I can't do that.
I can't imagine trying to acupuncture my cat.
You know what?
You're just like, get there.
It's like, one for you, one for me.
Evidently, some pets take to it with no problem. She's cool with it. She actually kind of enjoys it.
Where did they put him in? In her spine, or?
It's in her hip and her back.
Yeah, okay.
And they'll go up to her, like to her shoulders.
No shit.
All the way through there. And the other thing that she gets is once a month, she gets what's known as a Librela injection. And that is...
Like Calciquin or...
arthritis.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Got it.
So once you're on that, you're on it. So she will...
Yeah, because your body doesn't reproduce that. Yeah, no. My mom does the same thing.
But that being said, that's $70 a month.
Wow, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, my doctor was concerned. She was like, well, they didn't ask me or you before putting her on this. Like, should they have? She's like,
your doctor?
Yeah, my vet at the time.
Oh, your vet.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about your, like, PCP. Yeah, okay.
Oh, shit, anyway. But that evidently it's relatively new.
Okay.
So it's sort of like COVID vaccine new. So there wasn't like a ton of damn like. So have you looked at the data? She's like, there's not a lot of data.
Right.
And she's like, it's not an extended study. They should have asked you before giving it to her. They just gave it to her.
Oh. So they ask you to be part of the study?
No, evidently the study's done. I have no idea if they're even studying at all, but they asked me, has she had any, reaction or anything? I said, no, she's actually doing great. So that's and I honestly, I'm probably going to step down on some of my treatments in here because, like,
with her,
yeah. I don't think she doesn't need as much now. Because there actually is finally some balance in that left leg, right leg butt of
she
hers.
doesn't gimp around as much as she used to. That's for sure. Yeah.
No. I will still keep giving her that fucking arthritis stuff. Because if you think about it too, like, she's a 10-year-old dog. It doesn't surprise me that
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Especially if she had something broken early and she's just been walking wrongly for her whole life.
Yeah. So, up at the park, she's been running a lot better. It's still, she looks goofy sometimes, but but now that she's actually getting some balance, like, I couldn't catch you if I wanted to. I couldn't catch you in my prime.
There's no chance I catch Winnie if she's running.
Forget about it.
Nope.
No, that
It sounds like a horse running when we're at the park and she's like runs from one side.
and you hear those
Those
meaty paws just.
Oh my good lord. It's cool to
That's
watch.
such a good dog, though. No. I've heard that. The techs that work with her, one of them has 4 huskies, I think.
Oh god.
Oh my god, her house is probably like 4 inches of fluff on the carpet. Yeah.
I didn't ask about that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably just been all matted down by now.
I can't imagine, dude. It's
Well, my understanding up there is that she lives a little bit past Lake Colorado, where she's in that north area, and she's in one of those areas where dogs are outside a lot. Outside way more often than they are inside. So,
okay.
And with huskies, evidently that is not a surprise. It's if it's snowing, they want to go outside. They want to go sleep in that shit.
Yeah. Just don't bring it in my house.
There's
Have
that.
a towel.
Oh, you have
right
a
by the
towel?
door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that
You don't have like some kind of electrical field that just like tracks, like low voltage.
Unfortunately, my
just
yard
zapped
doesn't
it?
get
You
just
Right.
too
well, just
muddy.
attracts it, so you get this like fucking fuzzy door frame.
Because my house in Loveland, it was the backyard never got the sun, so it would melt, freeze, melt, freeze, melt, freeze.
Oh, yeah.
So it just
Kind of like
turned-
Jeff's driveway.
yeah.
Only one time.
True.
No, your iceberg is very small.
Yeah.
It's getting smaller.
It's
but
the lowest
smaller.
been all
I know,
season.
it's at
Yeah.
nadir. Yeah.
So that means that Earth's water levels are.
Watch out, Miami.
That's, I guess that's the thing. Anytime we're in doubt, I need to just go check the glacier and see how it's going now.
Fair. But yeah, it would turn into mud all the time. And so whenever the dogs went out and came back in, and then if they pooped and you didn't clean it up right away, it would end up getting frozen, and then it would melt, freeze, melt, and it just, dude,
So it'd be like, oh, it's sunny out, it stinks.
it was a nightmare. So all in all, our backyard's pretty good, so it melts down, so the mud doesn't come in, and there's not a whole lot of dirt areas. So
Yeah, because your house faces
east.
Yeah, okay.
Especially that bedroom. That
My bedroom.
yeah, and,
Wait,
and you haven't.
maker? Yeah.
You have decided not to.
Migrate.
Well, not
To your
migrate,
basement? I totally would.
but basically,
Those rooms are so tiny.
Oh, are they?
but black out the window.
It's black, but I need to get different curtains.
Yeah, actually,
Like
like
that?
World War II drapes.
Well, so still the sun comes through on the rings.
Well, you just
Oh,
need to put
no,
a
no,
valance
no,
up.
barely.
I need to put a valance.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what.
yeah.
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 But I'm also never supposed to work nights again, so
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
so it shouldn't be a big deal.
Moving on up, huh?
I guess I
Yeah,
have.
I guess so.
They just
Right
kicked me
on.
off of having to work on weekends too. So
Yeah, okay.
So it's 8 to 5 with a 1 hour lunch.
no, I do 410s.
Oh, those are the best. I love
Hate
410s. I
410s.
fucking love them.
But what really
They're the
sucks
best.
is I have jury duty on Monday.
Oh, that's on your
Did
Monday.
you call?
I called the day before.
Wait a second.
This Monday, right?
Coming up, yeah.
Okay. I
So-
thought you just said that you had it on
No,
Monday.
I have it
No,
on
no.
Monday. My schedule was Saturday through Tuesday, so I was supposed to work on Monday.
Yeah.
They just switched me to Tuesday through Friday.
Oh, bitch.
That sucks.
You know what? Don't your number won't be called then. You're fine.
Yeah, but
Or it
what
will,
he
and then
said.
you won't, and then you won't have to go to work on
And I guess you don't
Tuesday.
get paid unless you're there over 3 days.
Yeah.
3 days?
3 days.
Oh, I thought it was 2.
Unless you have like financial hardship and you have to petition to be paid for those 3 days.
Yeah.
Right.
It's still like fucking
50
30
bucks.
bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
$50 a day.
I mean, it's still 50.
Well, who
bucks,
knows,
but-
man? You might get to try some murderer,
But that's the week I have the kids.
Oh,
I don't want it to be
right.
that week. Have it
Right.
be
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't have the
yeah.
kids.
All right.
You got a 50-50 chance of
Yeah, you got a 50-50 chance. Yeah.
any given week it being that.
That's
So.
true. But I was just like, man, that sucks. And then I told one of the guys at work, he's like, so tell the boss that it got moved to Tuesday.
They're going to ask you for the thing.
They don't.
Not really.
Not your job?
So we work on holidays,
Yeah.
and so we just keep track of the holidays,
Oh, okay.
and we just literally put in making
Yeah.
up for this holiday.
Right.
And I think I put the same holiday in a couple times on accident,
No worries. Yeah.
so I think I can just do.
So when I
whatever.
had jury duty at my job, they actually asked me for the thing. But, like, that's because I don't really use sick time at all.
Right.
So, I mean, I have almost 6 months of sick time built up.
we don't get sick time.
Well, I do because, like, fucking old school.
Right.
So, yeah. So, I don't get PTO. So,
And I
You
presume
can't take a vacation. Well,
my vacations are during the summer, William.
What if
in
there was
spring
like
break
a
in
wedding
fall.
or something, or
Then sick time.
that's what it's for? All right.
Yeah. I get sick time and other.
Okay.
Well, I presume, like, can you dudes, over the college level, can you guys also, like, offer, like, bank sick time to, like, give to other people if they
No.
need? Okay.
Give
No,
to
that-
other people.
Oh, yeah. You
I've been in places where we can do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Where you can convert it into comp time and yeah.
And
Oh,
give
no,
it to
no.
somebody?
Well, you donate it to the pool. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were, so over at Doherty, yeah, if people were running out of leave, you could donate your time to them.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that happens sometimes. It's like, it happens when people get cancer or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just say, "Hey, hit me back later." Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Or you can be like, it's
Just-
cool. I wasn't
just-
using it. Just,
Yeah, I have no plans on using it.
I'm an American. I just work.
Right, yeah,
I don't
well,
ever
I
take
mean-
days off.
Both those places, I mean, you have guaranteed time off at certain times, and so sick time is all like it's completely
Gotcha.
relative. See, like if I quit tomorrow, they don't cash out my sick
Right.
time. It's
Gotcha.
gone. So yeah,
Right.
so I can totally donate it to somebody else. So or I can use it
Huh, that's cool.
if I come across a 6-month illness.
maybe once a 6 month.
No, nobody wants that.
Well, and on top of that, do they have something where you can switch to like short term and long term too, right? Yeah.
We have FMLA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's short term, long term, which I tell everybody get all the insurance and they're like, oh, it's like an extra $10 a month. It's like, hey man.
Well, just to talk to you about pet insurance.
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, let alone when my wife went through that whole thing, she had the short term. And it was Aflac.
Shoot.
Right.
Oh no. Well, it doesn't put a burden on the organization because they pay for that insurance regardless. So, but you have to do the copay, which is like $10 a month, and then if you need it, it gets you to long-term insurance, which is covered
Right.
by the state.
Gotcha.
So
Right.
yeah.
And then, did you see that in California, the insurance companies were petitioning to be able to raise rates by like 22%?
Oh, for homeowners?
Yeah.
I totally fucking believe that.
Yeah. Why are you? Yeah. You're living in a spot where houses burn every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
They raise the rates here just because of roof stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like this is what they have to do because they know they're going to pay it out.
Yeah, I was looking at replacing my roof just on my own. It's like, nope, not going to do that. So, because paying an extra 10% on my homeowner's insurance, I'll wait for the next fucking hailstorm. Thank you. Yeah.
I had a tree fall on my.
You did, yeah.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw a thing on LinkedIn where the guy he's like a financial guy or something like that. And he's just like, so over the course of my lifetime, I'll have contributed this much to Social Security, the blah, 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 blah. And I will expect to get paid out when I retire at like, $2,000 a month, whatever. And he's like, if I had invested all that, I would be making this much off just 10% of the interest in this and this. How is that not stealing? I'm like, dude, this is set up because most people would live paycheck to paycheck, and
Yeah.
they would have saved zero.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
This is why, not because you happen to be smart enough to have figured out when you were 16
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
that
tech
you
bro.
needed. And that was almost the first time I actually was going to write a message, and I was like,
I don't do that on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I
man.
was like,
yeah,
no.
they can find me. They can find me very easily. on
like
LinkedIn.
no, because everyone else was like, yeah, that's robbery. What? And I'm like, you
Fucking morons.
jackwagons, you don't get it.
Look, man, there's
Dude,
certain.
Social Security keeps my mom off the fucking street. So, yeah. And it has nothing to do with my parents not saving. My dad saved up for a pension for 40 years. And then the company went fucking bankrupt. And his pension was gonzo. So, yeah. No issues
Yeah.
with Social Security.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like,
And like everybody, oh, it's going to bankrupt America. It's like raise the retirement age to 67. It fix it tomorrow. So
We've done it before. You do it
several
commensurate-
times. Yes.
You do it commensurate with basically the age.
how old we live.
If I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the story on this was that the very first determination of Social Security age was based off of the expected death date. So basically,
Yes.
if you got past this point,
Congratulations.
Yes.
Here's your fucking pennies.
it is two things where it's like, number one, we're happy you're still alive. You beat the average. Take this.
Correct.
Number two, you're probably not in the mood to work because this is
Or unable to do so. Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So yes, there is this thing where if like, all right, well, if the Social Security age is, I don't know, 60 or
65.
you know what I'm saying? But
Well, now
if it was
it's like full benefit is like 67.
yeah, you can
So,
get it at like 62 or something like that, or 63.
You can, but it reduces.
but it
your
reduces
benefit,
it,
yeah.
right?
So, but if you contract cancer when you're 61,
Yeah,
fucking take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's the point.
yeah, exactly. And so that's the thing is yes, we live longer than we used to. So yes, this is something where you do have to push the ages out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing where this has been a hell of a week for like government discoveries. I don't know how much you've been staying on top of this, but
Oh, I can't keep on top of it, man. There's just too much shit going on.
there is so much shit going on. But like, so
I did look into that Ukraine thing though. So
in that for one, I'm going to come back to that.
All right, we'll come back to
but this is something that Giuliani and Bloomberg had to fight with the firefighters. Was it used to be 20 years to full pension. So guys would do 20, retire,
duck out at 38.
Yep.
Yeah.
get a second job, and have that
Yeah.
pension.
The
So
military is still the same way. Yep.
and so he was one of the guys. He and Bloomberg were the guys that negotiated. Like each year, they're like, "All right, we can't take the pension away, but we can push it to 25."
Yep.
So guys that exist here already, you get it at 20. If a dude signs up right now, you get it at 25. Why? Because you fuckers are living longer.
Yeah.
And
you're
don't
gonna stack a
it's
whole
fine.
nother career
Yeah.
on back end of it.
Yeah. So I get that. And as time goes by, that makes perfect sense. When I see people whining about that, like, guys, this if you want to put up the little, token sign that says taxation is theft, we'll have that discussion. But this little thing that you have right here, this is greasy. Stop it. And so the government shit that's been going on is, especially with that USAID organization,
That is yeah.
USAID. I didn't
that
USAID,
is
yeah.
a fucking left-wing money laundering funnel.
Well, it's not just left wing. It's been going in organizations like the Heritage Fund and all kinds of different shit. So
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's like, it's been taking taxpayer money to pay like nonprofits.
Correct.
Nonprofits run by people that are basically on the dole with people in the government or friends and
Yep.
family of.
yeah,
It is
it runs.
disgusting.
Dude, it runs the gamut though, man. I mean, I was reading this whole thread about like it's been going to, the Heritage Foundation and who was that guy? Oh, his dad was, I'll think of it. So, but he runs like a big institute out of New York. And it's all like basically putting your thumb on the scale of different foreign policy things.
Yeah.
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 So
The whole
Fuck is
idea
that guy?
is to theoretically have like soft influence around the globe,
Correct. Yeah.
right? But does soft influence mean that you're spending $2 million on like transgender plays in Rwanda and shit? This is what I'm talking about. There's stuff in there where like you can make these. All right, the biggest funneling one, of course. This is why fucking Ilhan Omar is fucking like complaining like crazy because there's money going directly to
Bill
Somalia.
Crystal. It's Bill Crystal.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's basically built an entire influence empire. So yeah. So
But
off
yeah,
the USAID.
The shit tossing that people have been like going into is like people are dying from this. No, they're not.
Not really.
No, not
Yeah,
on this.
yeah.
Don't even act like
Is
this.
this being uncovered by Musk?
Yes. This is where things got really nasty. Because You guys didn't see all this, did you? Okay, so
I did not.
I've seen some of it.
all right, so the people that are a part of Doge, so to speak, right? They're just most of them are just like 20-something programmers and dudes who dig through
I've
data,
seen that.
right? So they got doxxed on Reddit pretty hard.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Reddit is a shithole, okay? It always has been, ever since basically all the Tumblrinas went there. But Reddit has been like an open cesspit of not even vague, direct death threats, calls for violence, and doxing people, saying this is where they are, need to do something, kill this man, etc., etc. So much to the point where, of all places, they actually started shutting down some subreddits. Seems unlikely, but it's so bad over there, right, that the actual admins who have always had this hands-off approach where they say, like, look, we assign, like, there are mods in here, mods to the subreddits, we give them that autonomy, you know what the rules are. They actually got an edict from the top that says this shit needs to stop.
Reddit should just be deleted.
I will, and well, no, here's the problem.
Fucking delete it.
Reddit needs to continue being a honeypot because we don't want those people fucking up other good places.
Well, at least that would distribute them to other good places, and they'd be easier to corral there. So fucking delete it.
No way. They're harder to catch. It's Reddit is way easier to catch guys than like Discord, and
Well, Discord is its own thing, but your reach on Discord is way less than it is on Reddit.
I agree.
So
Yes. Yes.
so fucking just shut her down. Delete/Reddit.
I mean, they'll go to Blue Sky, but that's the thing is the Fed.
Fine. Okay, fine. Police Blue Sky then. Whatever. So Reddit is just a fucking shit show, man. So
Look, I'm not.
American
defending it.
society
I hate
would
that
be
place.
it would be a positive influence. Everybody would feel a little bit better if we just delete fucking Reddit.
No, we would be a net positive if we deleted Reddit tours. The actual platform.
Okay, we'll start with that.
Yes.
We'll start with that. Delete that. All right. So if we can poll people next week, say, hey, how you feel about America? If people say 0.1% better, good call. Okay.
I'm totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with
Let's float out a pilot here.
that. We do remember that the if you go to the individual city boards, if you go to Denver, right?
The Colorado Springs one is a shit show. So
Well, it's slightly different, but the Denver one is straight up like,
I'm not allowed there, Jeff.
well, if you have these opinions, then yes. They have made
Don't.
so many lists of places that you cannot eat or drink
I've seen those.
or buy things
I've
from
seen those, yeah.
if you vote.
Not even allowed to buy shit from Target, man, according to them.
Yeah, and Target was as progressive as they got, just a little while ago.
This says something about the subreddit.
This says something about us basically assigning virtues to companies when companies don't have virtues. Companies,
According to 10 fucking people in Denver, yes.
right? Companies have to make money. That's the thing, and is that
That's how you pay people, yeah.
If you piss off enough people, if you just keep saying, if the wave of people says we don't like these policies anymore, you say, thank you for your feedback. We've thought about this. We want our guidelines and we want our values to align with the communities we've served. As such, we've decided to update these policies, right? The people that run Target, they may have some progressive ideas, but they like money more, and so do their
Yeah,
stockholders.
so, yeah, that's fine.
Even Disney people are like
Totally
this.
cool. Yeah, Costco people, whatever. So
Costco's fighting it.
Costco's fine though, man. I mean, they got a good business model. So whatever. If you want to have this this structure on top of it, if people are willing to support it, great. All right. So, but
No, Costco dug their heels in. They said, like, this is what we do. We're not going to change these. We're not
the
going to...
Seattle-based company, I totally get it. Shop there or
fine.
don't. That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I can tell you that there are a lot of people who say they won't eat at Chick-fil-A, but those lines don't lie.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's a lot of people say I won't shop at Costco, but that's where the good hamburger is. So yeah, got it.
I'm just...
I don't shop at Costco.
I know, yeah, but that's okay. You go to Sam's Club, right?
No.
Oh no, you don't do any bulk shopping. You just go to the King Supers. Huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Were they striking this week?
Not in mine.
Oh, okay,
I don't
nice.
stay.
What is the Ukraine thing you were talking about?
Zelensky's right. So
Oh, about the money?
we have not cut in near as many checks as we've said we have.
It was supposed to be to the tune of about 175 billion total.
$175 billion. They can account for about 70 of it.
Right.
Okay.
And it's not just dollars, it's stuff.
Gear.
Right.
So there's a lot of money that's gone into making new stuff that has not arrived there yet. So this is why the USA thing caught my attention. So a lot of that money went to organizations, nonprofits that were supposedly supporting Ukraine.
Right.
And so
Right.
we've said that we've cut him $170 billion worth of cash and or gear.
Right. Right.
But on his end, I think he's right, man, that they've only caught about 70 billion of that.
Damn.
So there's a bunch of schluff out there somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They
And of course, like Tucker Carlson would say, like Ukrainian oligarchs made off with it. That dude's murdered off most of them. So
I would say, look,
yeah,
I don't.
well, not killed them, but like cut them out of the loop. So
I have no doubt that there are certain people in Ukraine that have profited from this.
not to the
would
tune of
argue-
$100 billion, but
I
yeah,
would argue
gotcha.
that there are way more Americans that have.
And that's the whole USA thing this week that caught my attention, and was looking into a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of like old school neocon groups that have caught a shitload of money from that and have managed to intercept that between here and there. So
There's that, but also at the same time, there's certain things where Politico couldn't pay their journalists
yeah, I saw that.
when that got cut off.
Yeah, I saw
Which
that.
means our government has been subsidizing
Yep.
Politico.
And NPR and all kinds of different things. Yep. So,
NPR we know,
well, I know, and
but
they already
Politico is not supposed to be it's not a government.
not supposed to be, but I don't know, man. We'll have to see.
That was where they
So-
found that they were paying for like what was it, hundreds of full subscriptions to Politico for another department.
Right, yeah, to
like-
bump their numbers. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans going over there, and it's like not.
Is it surprising?
Yes.
Well, actually, yeah, because I mean, the narrative been for a while is like, okay, so we spend $2 on Ukraine, and $1 winds up on the battlefield, and $1 winds up in Zelensky's pocket. That's not true, man. So
Gotcha.
there's another malefactor there that was not fully identified before last week.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Not just
So-
one. I think there are
Oh
several.
no, there's many.
Right. This isn't.
There's many guys. So the Institute for the Study of War got a lot of grants,
Yeah.
to actually go in there and study that. It was like, wait, I can get on Telegram too. And this is the thing. It doesn't cost me anything.
So when it comes down to it, and you see certain politicians getting upset, why are you upset? This shouldn't bother you one bit.
Because they promised that money to.
Well, there's been a couple of guys in particular that everybody's looking at right now. Bernie being number one. So
He and Ms. Warren, yes.
Miss Warren and our guy Michael Bennett.
Yes,
Oh, really?
that is correct.
Yeah, Mr. Quiet, sleepy senator from Colorado. So,
Who seems like the exact kind of guy in hindsight to be.
doing something.
Pilfering money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Hickenlooper hasn't said boo hiss or shit for the last like 6 months.
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the trick is they're saying they're doing a lot of the things that, number one, I want them to do on that front. They are confronting the right people that I want them to confront when it comes to illegal immigration shit. So
That's
when
working out pretty good.
they're shutting it down. Like I heard
Dude,
the numbers
I
of
saw a
ships.
thing today. They shipped a whole fucking plane load of dudes back to India. So, you know, and it's
Well, and
like,
that the illegal crossings are like
Down
85%.
93.
Oh, 93 now.
93.
It goes
Yeah.
up like every
so,
single day.
yeah, I saw
Like,
that too, man.
And that they're also, the other thing is that Mexico is also stopping these things on.
See, that's the thing that I'm a little bit sus about is like Mexico said they're going to send 25,000 troops to the border. How many of those are cartel troops? Because, I mean, you know, like there's this whole relationship between the cartels and the Mexican army for years. So I think
There are people that say they're one and the same.
dude, I think Trump backed down a little bit too early on that one. So I think he decided to, you know, okay, fine, do your thing. I'm gonna go like annex Gaza now,
Well, you have to remember that
which is a complete red herring. It's like I know
so
totally.
much.
Yeah,
Like Greenland is the reddest.
it's
of
not
red
even on the
herrings.
thing
It's,
anymore,
I
man.
know.
Yeah.
The thing that people forget about this is that it is a 1 month moratorium. It is not a discontinuance.
It's just to get them at the table.
correct.
Yeah,
So if there is shenanigans going on, hopefully Mr. Rubio can get to it. But what I will say is that yes,
That dude is the busiest dude in the government right now. Dude, he's been crisscrossing places all over.
he
Yeah.
has. You know what? And that dude's putting in work.
He is. He's
putting in
doing
work.
yeoman's
I love
work.
it.
Yeah.
All right. What I will say here is the brinksmanship. Some of the examples of brinksmanship. So the New Jersey governor, who tried to have his Spartacus moment, where he's like,
Right.
"I may be harboring illegal aliens in my home," and so the immediate response was like, "So here's federal law. It's up to 5 years in jail. Are you harboring anybody?"
I saw that.
He said, "No."
I saw that. That happened on X.
That shit was fun because I swear I really thought that there were a couple guys. I thought here, okay, because the Tren de Arguas guys are getting marched out. They're in Aurora.
They got
right
rounded
now.
up last week.
They're here again today.
What, the INS picking them up or?
ICE.
Yeah.
They're getting more. They haven't left.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
They're cleaning them the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I thought that with the hubbub that they were talking, that shit they were talking about, like, oh no, that's safe here. I thought there'd be at least one person out there forming a human chain, causing shit like
None.
no. When push comes to shove,
Yeah.
everybody is falling in
What
line.
is yeah, it's trained to what?
Tren de Argua?
Well, tren is trained. I've been doing my Spanish lately.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
day are you on?
Like 17 or something like that.
Oh, okay. Did you burn through both streak freezes?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so
Anyway, I don't know. They
you know,
placed
it's
those
probably
guys
the
up last
location.
week, and of course they're out
probably a
there
location,
again,
yeah.
you know, and stuff like that. But you know, like, and it was funny because even Polis came out last week. He had an interview with KRDO here, and they were asked,
RKRDO?
yeah, Arcade.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, and it was really interesting. They were asking, well, are you going to do anything about this like state sanctuary law? And he's like, no. Colorado's
It's not state.
It's not state.
Yeah.
There are 2 cities in Colorado that said that they were going to do this, and it's their fucking problem. So,
Which two?
Denver and Boulder.
And Boulder.
Yeah. Denver
People's
and Boulder.
Republic of.
Boulder would have let.
But whoa. No, Boulder is a sanctuary city, but we're going to pay for people
In
in
name
hotels
only.
in fucking
Yes.
Aurora. You know?
Gosh, I was like,
Their sanctuary
Boulder
in
don't
name
let
only. Yeah.
anybody in their city.
They're just basically underwriting checks. So, yeah.
Right.
Denver actually was like, no, we're going to do this. And then everybody was like walking around Coors Field saying, the fuck are you guys doing? You know?
You had actual people saying, guys,
Guys.
we
Yeah.
can't. There's
You
bad-
are turning the RTD into the RTD. Yeah, no, man, it's been a thing, and you know, there is actually a state law here in Colorado where local law enforcement cannot help INS
Right.
on things, and there's So I had to dig into that a little bit. There's a specific reason behind that, is because like INS would come into certain communities and say, hey, we need 50 guys, to come raid this place. And these counties were like, well, we have Roscoe and Enos.
I don't know if you've heard, like, Enos's gallbladder is not what
it's not what it used to be. And Friday is Roscoe's day off.
Actually, Saturday's his day off. You wouldn't believe it, but
You wouldn't believe it.
Roscoe's one of the tribe.
Well, yeah, no. Or no, he's really into the NCAA, yeah.
Well, no. It's very simple. Roscoe goes home when the sun goes down on Friday.
Right. The bell free.
Electronics are off.
Yeah, but she does not know how to use a radio.
Right.
And so that's the purpose behind that law there, was because INS would come in and basically fucking bankrupt your local police force by requesting overtime.
Yeah.
So, it's a little bit different than like what some people have been saying. But then again, you do have communities like Denver where you have, an activist mayor who's like, no, we're not paying overtime for you guys to come in and do this. And so that's why you got that state law there. But then you have like El Paso County here where the sheriff's like, yeah, we got guys. Yeah, we got money.
They're volunteering.
They're volunteering. Yeah, exactly. It's like clean up Saturday. Cool. Clean up the park, clean up the apartments, whatever.
It's better than going out with the fire hoses every week. We just do this once and it's done.
Jesus,
yeah.
Yeah, man, there are it is busy. It is hard to. I'm going to say this. This has been the point of this the whole time, is to be so active. You cannot get hung up on any one thing. There is a lot of shit going on,
dude. It's like going to fucking Dave and Buster's where you put a couple quarters in the free throw machine. Just throw as many as you can, and you're gonna nail a few of them. And that's exactly what he's doing, man. So
that's correct.
It is a master class in how to president in your first 6 months.
When you don't have a second term looming over you to worry
that's
about.
A good point. Yeah, it might be a one-off just based on that, but yeah,
Correct.
it's absolutely that's absolutely what it is. This whole thing about Gaza yesterday, which I found hilarious, because like there's this entire like uproar about like imperialism and learn your lessons and blah 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 blah. But all you have to do is look at his schedule and see that there's a whole bunch of guys from the UAE and Saudi coming next week. This makes perfect sense.
Because isn't the whole purpose of this for him to say the Palestinians got to go somewhere, but they're not going here, so you guys better...
They're not going to go anywhere. Nobody's going to take him out of Gaza. So the whole point is to actually like throw something out there. It's like, oh, we'll take it over. And everybody's going to be like, oh, fuck no. I mean, the Israelis don't want us to do that. The Egyptians definitely don't want us to do that.
Yeah.
The Saudis don't want us any closer than we've ever been before.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Iranians are over there like, wait, what? And so the whole thing is just to stir the pot before all these guys show up. He'll have a deal next week. So he's fucking clever when it comes to that. He's like, well, maybe I'll buy it. When you show up at the auction like that with a big ass checkbook, everybody else gets fucking serious about what they're trying to do. So you don't have to draw any zeros on a check to actually be serious. You just have to pull out a checkbook, and that's exactly what he did.
The thing is, though, in order to make people, you actually have to buy shit every now and then. But he has.
Well, yeah, he bought Panama last week.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't just have the checkbook. You actually have to have written checks.
No. I mean, honestly, to his point, he's like, well, I got the checkbook. Well, those guys settled. Them Canadians folded like a deck of cards. Okay. So it's like, I still got a hot pen and a bright red check here. So
he's got the other. In terms of settled, it's as of today, 40,000 federal employees have taken the buyout.
Yeah, but like the thing about that is a really small percentage of how many dudes there actually are.
Totally understand.
So the other thing is, like yesterday, he actually opened it up to people who are in the, like if he's going to do anything with that, you got to open it up to two groups: the TSA being one, and the military being the other.
Yeah,
that's 95% of all your federal employees right there. So I mean, They ain't that many guys in the FBI. Sorry. So,
Well,
you know,
but those are the guys that they're trying to purge.
but you got to do it based upon like, okay, so if you're going to purge the FBI, so you give it a haircut off the top and kill off some of those top guys.
Right.
Nobody below that's going to take that because now there's jobs like available for the top guys.
Yeah.
Okay, the only other guys who are going to take it are like, wait a minute, I got 4 more years.
Yeah.
So fuck yeah.
Yeah,
no problem.
He just does the
Yeah,
math.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, okay, I can do that. I can get my PI's license in.
It's not even that, man. It's like I'm 62. I'm gonna make it to 63. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah. Or
Well, for 8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not guys who are going to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm, you know, some kind of libtard who's like sitting here in the FBI. They're going to come get me someday. So I'm going to cash out now and go work for, you know, some other company. No, man.
Some guys are. I can tell you there are some. Look, dude, just
Some, but
there are shithead.
I mean, how many DEI guys are there in the FBI? It's probably like a dozen.
I'm not talking about DEI guys.
Well,
I'm
yeah, but
talking
those are
about-
the guys whose jobs are going to get shaved. So you would take the buyout.
No, I'm talking about the dudes getting purged. And when I say purged, I'm talking about ideologically purged.
Again, that's going to be the top like 2%. You know,
I get it, but I'm not saying
other
that there
guys
aren't
are
in
just
there.
going to turn around and say like, okay, I'm ideologically aligned this way, but I'm only 5 years into the FBI. Okay, I got a 20-year career ahead of me. Okay, I'll just change my ideology. That's easy.
I get you. The
Yeah.
whole idea is to basically find the people that politicize this organization.
And like I said, you're going to find those at the top, and he's just going to fire them anyway.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
When fucking crazy eyes Cash Patel gets in there and
okay, fine. You know, I mean, everybody will conform to what it is that he wants. Cool, especially if you have a future in the FBI.
right.
So, like I said, I mean, the buyout, okay, fine. I've been through several of those over the years, and the only guys that you get out of buyouts are people who actually like are looking to get out. So, okay, fine. So
I
you
gotcha.
get the guys who are like 2 years away from retirement, or the other people who are like, you know what, the FBI fucking sucks. I'm going to go work for Rite Aid. You know.
That's it. Yeah.
So there you go. You're not going to get that many out of them, though. So
It's 40,000 people and counting.
and who knows exactly what agencies they came out of. So
But that's still 40,000 people out of the government.
what is the purpose to actually reduce the size of the government or to get the ideological dudes out?
I imagine it's supposed to be both.
Yeah. So I would guess the first one, if you're ideologically misaligned with Donald Trump, you're probably looking for other employment anyway, so you take the job. Okay, you take the buyout and you jet. If it's the purpose to reduce the size of the federal government, you can't do that without cutting the military or the fucking TSA.
No, actually, this is the thing. Here again, this is the whole paper cuts thing all over again. I know what you're saying,
Yeah,
right? I know what you're saying, but at the same time, you cannot avoid all the other branches and just say like, well, we didn't get the military, we didn't get the TSA, ergo this was a fool's errand. No, that's absolutely not true.
I'm not saying it's a fool's errand.
Yeah, you have to. So this has been all of what, 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So will those other ones get got? Probably, but what I'm
Maybe,
going to say here
yeah,
is like if you're combing through all this shit, you have to let people know you mean business. And if
And you're doing a good job of that. Yep.
Do you
I
want
agree with
people
that.
to be cut out of the military?
I don't really know. So
yeah, you can ask me like now, and I'll have a different answer in 15 minutes.
yeah, I don't. It depends on what else is going on around the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so we've got 11 aircraft carriers. Could we do well with 9? No, I don't think so. So, but you know, each one of those has, you know,
So would you really want to throw that option out for the military?
well, you definitely don't want to throw that option out for the military because you have a whole bunch of people who signed up to do X, have not fulfilled their contracts,
Right.
and you gave them an easy way out.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with that. In order to murder the fucking TSA in the bathtub? Yes.
Oh, you are 100%.
I'm totally, I'm totally like burn that motherfucker down. So
Well, that's been your point, right? Because when it comes to the TSA, the basic question is, what do you do well?
yes, and the answer is nothing. So yet you're talking about at least 100,000 employees, making it like slightly larger than Marine Corps. So yeah, I'd rather have more Marines than dudes in blue shirts checking my fucking shoes. So,
So you're saying you would want TSA to be replaced by military people?
no, I want the TSA replaced by local cops and stuff like that.
Mm.
So come on, man. I mean, every community's got like cops who have aged out of their effectiveness, or firefighters who can't carry people upstairs and stuff like that. Go man the airport for a bit. I mean, Jeff and I saw so many cops who were at the cop shop at the airport who still want to do something, okay, but just physically can't. So go man the X-ray machine. So you're still doing a good job. You know, that doesn't
okay.
need to be a fucking federal job with a federal pension and a federal fucking union, you know, behind it protecting it. They can be a great job for a whole bunch of people in the community who, like, even if you went and you found like a few guys, you know, around the area who, you know, okay, so maybe you're not like,
Well, you're talking about basically like a subcontractor.
not even just a
You could do that.
subcontract. You could be part of the city. That's fine.
Yeah.
You get a city pension and things like that. Totally cool. All right. So, but if you're, you know, slow mouth Jerry, you know, and I mean, you can identify things and patterns on the X-ray
Yeah.
machine and stuff
Right.
like that. It's a great job for a lot of people. Okay. So, and stuff like that. And you know, this is not a huge security risk there. You don't need to be paying fucking federal wages under a federal union with federal benefits. And then on top of that, that would actually force like every local airport to decide, okay, are we going to be like inside of the security perimeter or outside? Okay, and so if I run the airport at Alamosa, okay, fine, it's like basically a bus stop. We're not going to like, you know, make everybody go through the magnetrons and stuff like that. But when you get to Denver, you got to do that before you get on a United plane going to JFK. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
So it's just like it was a complete overreaction to 9/11, and it's turned into this huge bloated agency that employs more fucking people than the Marine Corps. And I have a problem with that. I'd rather have more Marine divisions. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Well, because the thing that you cannot do is if something happens, you cannot mobilize the TSA.
Correct. To go invade Iwo Jima. Yeah. You're not going to invade like fucking Okinawa with blue shirts.
Now, in theory, you could have Marines at the TSA.
Well, that okay. I'm fine with that if we add another 150,000 Marines. Okay, so but most Marines don't sign up to like fucking screen luggage.
No,
They sign up to kick ass and take no names. You know, not check your fucking ID.
There probably would be a lot more instant in the airport.
I feel like there would be less, and I feel like
I think that would degrade the Marine Corps.
I agree.
They would lose their mind.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
correct,
So
yes.
here's the.
So yes, more Marines, less TSA.
I just that's fine. That's totally fine. Totally fine.
I never
You'd
thought about
have
this
to-
department before, so I never even gave it consideration.
Anyway,
Well, to think about it as basically either or, right?
well, it's yeah, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? We've never really compared those two things. We say like we want more Marines, we want more or less TSA, but we never thought that those two things were on the seesaw.
Right.
You know?
Comes out the same budget.
I never even worried about the TSA, so I just didn't even.
Well, the question is for what you get, do they do a good job? I have a hard time answering that question. I feel like anytime that I've been to a place where, again, the line doesn't move as well as the Chick-fil-A does. It just doesn't. When they have just a few people there, okay, I've been there on slow days, okay, you get in and out pretty quickly, but when they have a jam of people, it is a shit show, and they don't. That's where sometimes I feel like, you know, Marines are being like, about something, you know, just kind of drill instructing people through. It's like, maybe that would work better. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's ways you could streamline it and stuff, but dude, it's people taking off their belts and
Yeah.
shoes and all these kind of things that there's only so fast you can go when it's a crowded line and everything's full. Like, it's just, and then if, parents got kids, then you're trying to get your kids to take their stuff
Yeah.
off. Your computer has to come out of the backpack. I mean, one person can take up, 7 trays?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah.
I don't really blame them for going slow because I've watched how people go.
Well, it's such a hard thing because everything that you just said there, everything there makes it so hard to make it uniform. Where if you just had, if your line was just basically, all right, one traveler, one business traveler, right? You could have that line moved because you know exactly. But as the variables of like, are you traveling with a pad? Are you traveling with this?
Yeah.
What is does a Nintendo Switch count? It's like, it does. Yeah, put it in here. All those things where, yeah, and the kid stuff and things like that where, like, does my kid have to take off his shoes? Yes, he's a little security risk too. Sorry.
Actually, you're exempted if you're under 12.
Under 12?
Yeah. My daughter had to take her shoes off for the first time last year.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
I think I told my kids to take their stuff off anyway.
Just get used to it. Yeah.
I didn't even ask, so it's just like, yeah, you gotta do it.
Yeah. So, I
They're
mean...
wearing frocks and crap anyway, so
Oh, yeah.
who cares?
Yeah, slip-on shoes.
Yeah.
And it's weird things where you're like, okay, so you have to take off all this crap, but then you still have to stand in the whirly miser where, like, the machine should do all that whether you have that crap on or not.
Yeah, that's true.
If you have that, I shouldn't need to go through...
The whirly miser.
Yeah. The fucking stand here, look this way while we radiate you.
Yeah, put your hands up. Yeah.
Like, that machine should just get you.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
I get is the shoes going through to like see if there's like liquid in them or something.
The whole thing about shoes was,
that
that one
one
guy who was a shoe bomber.
Yeah.
And the other passengers caught him, and he had a little bit of, like,
Something
plastic
in
or
there. Yeah.
whatever it was. And so
So it's not even looking.
and the same thing with liquids in your bottle. There was one guy who did that, and so the whole system is set up. It was like, oh my god, somebody figured something out. We have to change everything and spend a shitload more money to catch the one guy who does that.
Everybody has to throw all their drinks away.
And yeah, throw your drinks away, take the batteries out of your phone, whatever. Well, no, it was
They used to.
they used
Yeah,
to
that's true.
Remember they used to
Yeah,
have
how do
to
you
show me that their
laptop?
phone can turn on.
turn on your phone, turn on your laptop, put your laptop in a separate bin.
Still have to do the laptop.
You still have to do that. It's just it's completely stupid.
You know what? I feel like when it comes to like catching explosives, I feel like two dogs working the line could find anything that would be problematic.
Probably, but the problem is you got like fucking 500 airports,
Right.
and you need two dogs every single day, 8-hour shifts, and so you're talking about training like 10,000 fucking dogs. Come on, man.
Instead of your TSA.
But if you replace that much staff,
Well, I don't
And
know if
equipment.
yeah.
Well, I mean, like my point is, like back in September 10th, or September 10th, 2001, we had magnetometers who
Yes.
would basically like screen out guns,
Yes.
okay, and hand grenades and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, like 11 fucking assholes with box cutters,
Yeah.
like basically built the United States a highly ineffective Marine Corps.
Which theoretically they should have caught those box cutters.
Well, no, because the blade didn't go across your hand. So the rule used to be a blade couldn't go
Could go
across
past your hand, but
it
the
couldn't
box
go
cutter
past-
would go past your hand.
No, just
Fully extended?
just the blade.
Oh, you're talking about just the little.
The rule was just the blade.
Yeah.
So I could take a pocket knife on the plane as
If it
long
was,
as
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
as long as when I opened up the blade, it didn't go across my hand.
yeah,
Okay, so I used to take I had a little Victorinox like fucking pocket knife, and no problem
Yeah.
taking that in. So a box cutter goes like this far
yeah.
across your hand, and they killed like 6 pilots and blew up 2 towers.
Well, I thought you were because I know some of them they can actually extend.
Yeah, you can have
Well, yeah, the ones that are razor blades that you break off.
Yeah,
Yeah. But no, these were just like normal snap
Yeah.
tight box cutters. So, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, we have to do all this anyway. All right, you know my feelings about the TSA.
It's again with the people that you have, you would expect things to move like this, but it doesn't. And that's part of the problem. Well, again, so this goes back to like coupon theory. If I'm spending the money on this, the money that we spend,
Right.
and they had people just flying through the lines, it takes you 5 minutes to get through. I got no problem with it because it's efficient. They're kidding. What do they do? They have a mission, but it doesn't take 5 minutes. They've gone to the point.
Takes forever.
Well, it's not just that it also takes forever. They've created a little cottage industry beside it to say, well, for you frequent travelers, upon whom we can
I
trust.
fucking hate that. Where like TSA pre-check, you go to a busy airport and there's like 5 guys in the line and there's
Right.
like 900 in the other one.
Yes,
It's like, oh, come on, man.
that's what I'm talking about. Is
Well, at least in Oregon, when there was no one in that line,
They'd
and
let you in.
they
They'll
take
get
other
you,
people
yeah.
one at a time.
Yeah, they
until
will
somebody
here
comes
too,
out.
man. But the whole idea that, like, somehow because I signed up on the web
and pay a little
and
bit.
pay a little bit more
and
I
had your background checked and
have my background checked and stuff like that doesn't mean that I'm gonna like fucking fill a shampoo bottle with plastique.
It seems like if that is your mission, that's exactly what you would do.
well,
It's just pay a little
Correct.
bit
Yes.
to do this and then walk right in.
well, yeah.
Again, I'd rather have another Marine division.
Remember, let's put it this way: is if a law was good enough to get people to get like pilots licenses and go through all that stuff to do this,
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
then they're certainly willing to go through the trouble of
Pre-TSA check.
TSA clear,
Yeah.
right, to be able to do that. Because you'll probably have a dude on staff that's like, "Did you ever get up to some shit?" No.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Okay.
What
Sounds
would make
good.
you good at this job? I don't know. I suck at it. So, yeah.
You just have some dude that's like, so, I understand that you have this funny name, but where were you born? Say like, oh, West Virginia.
Yeah.
All right, look through. It's like,
You wouldn't
Cleveland.
believe the names they made fun of me in
oh shit,
kindergarten.
West Virginia.
Oh, my God.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
I'm happy I wasn't radicalized. Oh my goodness. And then eventually they
dear.
stamp you, and then they'll go ahead and take you through there. But I mean, that's the stupid part of it. Is again, if you have all this staff, and it ran like fucking clockwork, right? Like you could hear when you go to the TSA. And you get in the lines and everybody's there. If you actually like hiss it like here on the intercom, it's just going like do 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 do
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And people are just chugging on through, and it's the blue ball machine. No problem, because you're doing what you're doing and it's working well. If it's not, and you have to create a second line for people who are willing to pay more to bypass what should be top-notch service. Top-notch service shouldn't have a topper-notch service.
Yeah, you're just making my case.
Yeah.
I'm on board with everything that you're saying.
So if it's not
Picking up
working,
everything that you're putting down, Jeff. Yeah.
I mean, this is so the same argument that they're having right here. This is where they're talking about what do we do about the Department of Education. All right.
I'm on the fence about that, but I'm starting to lean towards fucking burn it down. Yeah.
The chart doesn't lie.
Chart does not lie. There's a lot of fluff that goes in there that does not come out in terms of student loans. Yeah.
So if test results are here,
Correct.
staff is like this, and money is like this, but this stays the same?
Right. So we have a special line at the Department of Education.
Yeah, that's a little rough. Where they say that this was as of 2013, but it was in 1970. These are both adjusted for inflation totals. $50,000 for a student to go through their K through 12 career. Again, still adjusted for inflation. 2013, $163,000.
Well, it depends on location too, but
This was the average.
yeah, I got you.
But that being said, are you getting triple the performance?
Well, I will say, I got to tour Williams High School.
Yeah.
He just gets to sign up for classes. They have a whole engineering department with like a whole lab with 3D printer, like all this crazy stuff.
Our old school has that now.
Does it?
Yes, it does. They took the old metal shop and turned it into a 3D printing lab.
And then
It
they
was
have
pretty
a
impressive.
they have a whole medical department. You can become a CNA, like basically by the time you're out of high school. Like they have things like they're not just subjects in departments. They're like careers. So you can sign up to be an engineer. You can sign up to be medical. You can sign up to agriculture. You can sign up like
So our old school does not have the agriculture, but it does have those other three things.
I was just like, wait, what?
The only thing that our old school
stuff.
has that's the same is the auto shop.
They have an auto shop there.
Yeah,
But
they
I
have
was
an auto
just like,
shop. And
wow.
I remember when we used to go there was only 2 lifts. Now there are 6.
Okay.
It looks like a Phil Long dealership.
We don't fuck around. That
No, they don't
program
fuck
is
around.
like
no,
country known.
is it?
Well, because we've gone to state so many times.
Yeah, that's true.
And done so well.
Yeah,
It's like a national, like you're on the map.
you're on the map.
Right.
Yeah, but they tore out the old metal shop. They still have the old benches in there. So with the stools that hang underneath the table, yeah, they're still there. But it is surrounded by 3D printers. They have a CNC machine. They have all kinds of shit.
I had no idea that's
Yeah,
what these high schools are like now.
It's
It's like,
completely
damn,
different.
they are getting you ready to just go out and work. Like, they're like, college. Cause even the guy announcing, he's like, college for some of you.
That's yeah.
For some of you,
That's the
you just
exact
want to go
same
get a
speech that
career. We got you set up. I was like,
Well,
wait, what?
they used to say that back in the day, but it was always like Army.
Yeah, exactly. We have a JROTC program. It's just for you, buddy. Yeah. So.
But they don't have a swimming pool out there. That's
Oh no, yeah.
okay.
The old school still has a swimming pool, and it's still ice fucking cold.
So I was impressed. I was pleasantly surprised.
They do have individual changing rooms now, though. So,
really?
Yes.
Huh.
It's all stalls.
They should have always been stalls. Listen, I'm not gonna.
They don't have the prison shower anymore.
I know a lot of people that just straight up wouldn't shower because
I didn't shower.
I mean,
I did.
dude, it was I don't know.
There was no way I was going to shower.
It was so. I get when people like this is one of those you go to like the Greatest Generation and they say like you're pussies. We all did this out in the field. I'm like,
They're
we
kind
didn't.
of right. Yeah.
It's like we didn't though. And you know what? Here's the thing.
See, I was in Scouts, man. I was a little bit more used to that.
You get past it. It's
You
cool.
do.
Again,
You do.
there are people where they say, so where do I go to the bathroom? It's like, well, that's the latrine. I just dug it. You don't have to do that. It's
You
the
don't
same
have
thing.
to do that. You can put a board over it.
Yeah, you put a board over it. Everybody has a story of some grandpa was old enough to say, like, well, we had an outhouse and you wiped your ass with a corn cob, right?
Or pine cone.
Right. You don't go back to that. And once you cross that line, you say, you know what, once you individualize the stalls, it's okay. We're there. Now.
They're all there.
We're
now.
there.
Yeah, we're there.
We're
It's
at that
fine.
part of
Yeah,
society.
it's fine.
I didn't even shower after football practice.
But you just came home after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, why the hell am I going to shower here?
See, I had like I always had like gym in like first or second period.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah,
just
I didn't have a
depends.
choice.
I threw
So
a
I would
hat on
actually-
and I called it a day.
Well, I would throw my clothes on and then go to the gym and then shower.
Well, did you? My question is, I know you'll sweat, but did you get the funk?
Mm-hmm.
Were you, I don't ever recall you being like.
I don't remember you being.
You're not
funky.
stinky.
Yeah,
I don't think I was thinking.
There are people who sweat and it's stinky, and then there are people who sweat and it's like Fiji water comes out of their armpits, where there's no.
like nectarine.
I don't know if Fiji like not the discount, not Arrowhead or.
Right, it comes from Pennsylvania.
It's not Pellegrino, so it's not carbonated or anything. But yeah, some people are funky when they sweat. I get some of the funk, but
I
other
always got
people,
some of the fun.
yeah.
I guess I'm not that bad because I rarely wear deodorant.
Oh god. Yeah.
But if I'm working out, I can smell
Oh, dude, if I haven't, so I don't want to bag on cultures that don't believe in bathing every day. And some people, again, I think it has to do with the funk. If I sleep, right, if I go for a day without showering, sweaty or not, those armpits have that thing where you're like, God, why aren't you guys rinsing out the hand towels before you you know what I'm talking, it's that unique kind of thing where it's like, it smells like a fruit but it's bad, and it's got
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. Just has its own, it feels thick, it feels hairy, which is weird for a smell.
It's fuzzy.
It's fuzzy, and
fuzzy.
you can like, you smell it and you feel it like on the back of your tongue. You're like, this is fucked up. So
Okay, I guess I'm not that.
Yeah.
again, and some people aren't. Some people can sweat through a whole suit, right? They can go to the gym, right, and turn it completely dark gray. No scent
I can
whatsoever.
see that guy coming.
Well, because you can actually see the
He's got
wavy
wavy
lines.
lines. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I can't smell you, but I can see the heat.
well, and other things too is people sweat in different parts of their bodies, right? So I think you're primarily like a forehead guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get the pits or no?
I've never gotten it where it does like where you get the lines like.
You've never made the V-neck?
No, I've not made.
There's a reason why I wear black shirts to work. Yeah.
And two of them. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Because you'll sweat that much at school.
Oh fuck yeah! When I lecture. Oh god, yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
I almost
others.
need a do rag to like do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I get forehead, I get armpits, and the
I
other
get it
thing,
right here. I get it
I can
here.
well, it's from the forehead that I get it.
No, mine doesn't roll down that hard.
Mine
but,
does.
Yeah, mine originates here. and goes
That's God bless. Mine has to travel further, and it's
down. Yeah, I know.
it's gross, dude. I look when I start getting sweat. That's why I have all those do rags and fucking like headbands, because as soon as it gets like 80 degrees and I'm outside, I look like an African warlord. You know, because every time you see them, they're just kind of like, they're always in smoky rooms. They're sweaty as shit. I feel like the same way. And the other thing is, some of us kind of sweat towards our backs and our butts. And through those of us who do that, we get the butt funk too.
Yeah, I don't get back sweat. So
Yeah, even when I worked as a
Swamp back.
roughneck,
Yes.
yeah, I don't get that.
mine pretty much all just comes from my armpit.
God, you guys are lucky.
And then, but when it was hot enough, then it was just like the entire body just released.
Well, because what you can do is, if you go to, there is a treatment for that. So if
Oh yeah, where they burn it closed.
you don't even have to do that.
Yeah.
Well, so they have the cream that you can use, but basically any place that you don't want to sweat, they can hit you with Botox, and that'll stop it.
I'm good.
Huh.
I'm good. Yeah.
Well, so for some guys like myself, because I do get kind of like sweaty hands, they'll get it because that's like a
That
sign
makes
of
sense.
nervousness.
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
The problem is that's how your body dissipates heat. So
Yeah.
if you turn your forehead off, it has to
It
go
shows up
somewhere.
in your butt. Yeah.
And
You start sticking your tongue out like a dog.
Yeah. No,
don't
it
they
doesn't really
through the
work.
pads of their feet?
Yeah, it's through the pads of the feet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, that's when they're hot. But yeah, it's just. But yeah, so you can get like double back sweat, or if you didn't ever have butt sweat before, you might have it now because it has to go somewhere. It just can't get out here.
Comes out of the soles of your feet. Yeah.
That would be some shit. You know,
That-
actually,
that was
some
a
people do
lot.
have sweaty feet.
Oh,
don't they?
that's a lot in the oil field.
Sweaty feet.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because you're wearing
Well, it's
boots
just you
all
not
the
just
way up.
changing your socks often enough too.
Well, no, I mean you're wearing boots that go all the way up, so you
Yeah,
seal
yeah,
it in,
yeah,
and your
yeah.
boots never dry out. Like when you're working during the summer, your boots are literally wet the whole week.
oh yeah, yeah.
So unless you pay for the boot dryer,
But well, I mean, aren't they just like constantly soaked in fucking invert anyway?
Well, yeah, but you like to start your day like
With dry teeth.
Yeah.
you
For
sure you're
5
gonna
fucking
get
minutes,
there.
yeah.
Put him in It's like gotta get that seal.
That is true, yeah. Well, I did see there were some guys that on one of the rigs that I worked on, they religiously had those like
Slickers.
the covers
Oh,
that
yeah.
they would constantly just
When
be
you're
like,
tripping, yeah,
okay.
because it's gonna open and it's just gonna pour on you.
Well, some
So
dudes
it's like-
didn't use those at all.
Well, they probably had a good crew, so they knew what they were doing.
Fair enough.
So you're supposed to put a bucket on it that makes it all go down.
Yeah, yeah.
But some crews are not fast enough. If the driller pulls up too fast, like then it just pops open and it just.
Got it. Okay.
So-
okay.
And then some guys are just like, "Fuck it, I don't really
Definitely
care.
some dudes didn't care. They
I'm
just
just gonna
didn't care.
wear this because I don't want it on me."
Yeah.
But yeah, so plenty of.
Some places just religiously, those guys were they'd go for like
That's part of-
50 of them a night
Yeah.
too.
What slickers?
They're like Tyvek kind
Oh,
of thing.
okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it was all up to whoever. Usually it would be the lower end guys because
Yeah.
they're the ones that were having to do.
The low end shit.
You're going under the sub. You gotta clean that crap out, and you're just
You're just constantly filthy.
oh yeah that was dude yeah I was soaked because I was the low end guy.
Not for forever though.
While I was working on the rig, yeah.
Oh. Nobody ever came in below you?
Nobody ever quit. So we just had
yeah.
the crew. So I had no way to go up. So I was the worm, and I got to go down and do all the mucky muck and all that good stuff.
I guess by the time I got there was a little bit more rotation, so
Yeah.
well, that and the places I worked, they had to one of the problems with rotation was they had a hard time maintaining their Native American presence that they were required to have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I guess different rules, but yeah, I got to be the worm. So
Dude, that sucks.
it's cool. It's part of my story.
Well, sure, yeah.
Like it even came up like because I've told the guys at work what I did, and so one of the guys is doing a whole other department. And he met one of my boss type people in Houston, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, Dr. Will, he worked in the oil field." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, yeah." He came up and did the oil field and switched to cyber. He's like, "What?"
I thought he didn't get his hands dirty.
So when I've told people about it, because I didn't come up the way you did, right? I have on several occasions from different people I've told, because I'm honest about it. They always laugh and they say like, "I like the way that you tell that story." How do they say it? It's always like in a way that makes you almost sound like you did hard work.
There's a few days, like there's a few days in there.
It's like, do you want me to show you my gross ass helmet? It was not clean. I'll tell you that much. But I don't pretend I was like, nah, the guys out there did the hard work.
It's different when he had to go through several helmets.
Imagine, yeah.
I think I used mine the whole way through.
The whole way through?
I did. Yeah. Dude, mine came to
Well-
be filthy.
I switched out once I got hired on by Baker.
There you go.
Yeah.
My roughneck one was that one was that was never gonna get clean again. Like
Oh, there's shit. Like, I remember a story that this was a guy, a girlfriend dad who went to MIT, right? And this is one of those eccentricities where it's like, you guys that seem so bright, because he was. He's just like patents, all sorts of shit. Incredibly smart with that kind of stuff. Goes to MIT and doesn't ever want to make the bed. All right, fair enough. So just don't make the bed. No, what his solution was, he goes to whatever fucking version of whatever version of Target is out there in Massachusetts at that time in like the 70s or whatever. Maybe it was Target, maybe it was we just rattled off a couple the other day, like labels or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
Wherever you go, he buys a sleeping bag,
Oh,
right? Doesn't unzip it, sleeps in the sleeping bag for 4 straight years,
oh, gross.
and just threw it out on his last day.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is so disgusting.
That's pretty gross, yeah.
But you're looking at these people like,
Didn't wash it.
no.
That's horrifying.
Remember, if you don't wash something, you become acclimated to the smell.
It ain't hard to wash it though, man.
exactly.
You just
It's
unzip it.
one load.
Slept on top of the bed. Fully
Get
made.
all
Sleeping bag just so he didn't have to make his fucking bed.
I get that, but dude,
Got
wash
it,
it.
yeah.
Like that is not hard.
Guess he didn't care.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the thing. Was
There's a dead you left inside there with how
you are
much
absolutely
skin
correct? Yes.
would have sloughed off in 4 years.
Well, it probably formed its own like protective casing. Yeah.
It is true.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
To
true.
wash that in rubbing alcohol.
He wasn't going to throw it away. His, at the time, girlfriend, later wife, told him to throw it away. He would have kept it otherwise.
And would have slept by himself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it. Yeah.
This was just so. I guess in the 70s or whatever, there was no such thing as really being on the spectrum. But I suspect that he may have.
He was
had-
definitely on the spectrum. Yeah.
have had-
Yeah. If they had developed the instrument, he would have registered on it.
you hold both metal things and they take
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Yeah. Dude, like fucking, I don't know what it is, but on my X feed lately, I've been getting hit by Scientology.
What?
Yeah, serious, on my For You tab. It's telling me about Scientology again, man. So apparently they're pouring money into X. So that was not there 2 weeks ago.
That's wild.
It is wild. The comments are beautiful. So yeah.
I say they sound enjoyable. I'm not hanging out in those threads, but
It's not even a thread, man. It's just
It's
on
just the
my
guys?
For You tab. Yeah.
sign
So.
up today.
straight up the COS. the
Oh
Church
yeah,
of-
no, it's yep, straight up, yeah. Church of Scientology. Yeah.
They have their own channel on like DirecTV.
Cool.
So I mean, they're still
I'm not
around.
gonna punch that one in, but yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah.
One of the rig guys shows me that he was like, "You're not gonna believe this shit." Oh, no way.
Well, like tongue in cheek, like check this out.
No,
Or
it was
like,
their channel. So
or
remember
was it
that?
like, hey man, you check this channel out.
Well, so
Trying to sign you up,
Yeah,
or was he
exactly,
making
yeah.
fun of it?
oh no, I didn't making fun of it.
It's like,
It's-
I got some books to sell you.
well, there was that thing that you told me when you were in Nebraska. There was like this channel like that would say like, "Come to this city," and
Oh yeah, I enjoyed the sights. Yeah, yeah.
At the hotels.
Well, no, it was actually their local like PBS channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay, so
Check out the links. It's like I can't click my TV screen.
so the Scientology channel was sort of like a soft version of this. So they'd be showing things like this. They'd show like the little like resorts and all these other things, and like bitches like having fun and all this other weird stuff. You know,
I mean,
just
that's exactly what their X feed
Yeah.
is right now. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, find a home here. You know,
It's-
it's like, where the fuck have you been if you're clicking on this? I mean, you know,
right.
yeah.
I know there were plenty of rig guys that watched the whatever that showed the atrocities of Scientology that had King of Queens.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
gal.
Leon Remy.
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah. It's probably because some of them gave him money.
I'd watch like one or two, and I'm like, this ain't for me, dude.
I mean, learn about Dianetics. Yeah.
I'm good.
Dad was very outspoken about Scientology.
Was he?
Yeah, because they used to show that commercial for Dianetics all the time.
Right.
And it'd show the volcano exploding and all
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah.
And so over there, when I was a kid, you over. Dad had his books out, and so there was one that kind of sounded like that called thermodynamics. And so I asked him if this. I asked him, "Is this that book?"
No, Jeffrey. You know,
Now I should.
this is a book. This here is a coaster. You know?
I cannot remember word for word that he said, but it came with a laugh and a lot of derogatory. He was well aware of who they were, and he. The idea that he said this, he may have said like affront to science. He said something like that where it wasn't like straight Miyazaki where it's like this is an insult to life itself, but it was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that's science, son. That is some made up bullshit by this guy. This is science.
Just because they got to throw that word into their name.
Well, because I got a handful of like 10 commercials I'll never forget. The Dianetics exploding.
The volcano. I remember that one.
I will always remember the commercials for Sweet Pickles, which were those animal those animal cards. They used to show this on the USA Cartoon Express. And I remember the commercials for Zoo Books.
Zoo books.
Get the free dinosaur issue.
Zoo books.
Yep.
Yeah. If you signed up, you get the
free dinosaur issue. Yeah. I'll always remember the Sears bitch wife air conditioning commercial. We talked about that before.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I mean, of course, there's the we love the subs. So there's they're not going anywhere. There's a few ones even for the
Time Life.
Yeah,
I'm never forgetting that one.
Getting zapped by Stonehenge. Yeah.
That will always be locked in for me. I still want to try and do that, but I don't think they'll let you even get close enough to.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Can you? I don't think
No, there was a thing a couple months ago where there was a whole bunch of guys who like vandalized some of those. So,
well, they did destroy the Georgia Fieldstones.
They did, yeah.
Flat out destroyed them.
It's fucking Palestinians.
That was a white man's bulldozer that did that.
Right. There was a protest there not too long ago.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. So, didn't like the Just Stop Oil jerk offs like fuck the thing
it
up? It
might have been those guys, yeah.
And so they.
I mean, they're all like part of the same club, but yeah, sure.
Pat, I don't know how I'd handle it. If I was at the fucking Louvre and I caught one of these assholes like ruining a Van Gogh,
exactly what you would do. You would go to jail shortly after that.
I think so.
And somebody else would
it's
lose either a lot of teeth, an eyeball, or possibly their life. Yeah,
I'd be so mad to watch somebody actually ruining like classic art. I mean, it would kill me.
Yeah, there was something at Stonehenge that happened not too long ago.
You're right. Some dickheads.
I thought they had it. I thought
you used to be able to get right.
I thought years
you used to
ago,
be able to walk through them. Yeah.
They put up barriers that you can't get. I thought it happened.
You might be right.
Way long ago.
Really?
There was something that
My
happened
dream
not too long
died a
ago.
long time ago.
Will. I'm sorry.
I still want to give it a shot, but I think they put a distance that you can't.
Well, that was one of those stupid things we asked Mom and Dad when we saw the commercial. We're like, "Can we go to Stonehenge this summer?" Or something like
Ghostbusters Zapped.
That's my dream.
Any idea how disappointing it was? Like, these are just like stacked rocks, and none of us have been zapped by it.
So I feel it a little bit. I feel it. Yeah.
Until I try, it could happen.
Come on, here, touch this. Does it tingle?
I will watch that commercial again and fold it just the same way.
Well, remember, the guy on the commercial isn't the guy that got zapped.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. And I have to see exactly which symbol he was mimicking.
That's.
It's on YouTube. I know it's on YouTube. Yeah.
I looked it up.
Did you really? Yeah. Is it?
It's pretty. I remembered it pretty darn close.
Did that one also show the face on Mars?
Oh, they found a pyramid on Mars last week. Didn't you see that?
Did they really?
Yeah, the square thing, which was immediately flooded by Grok and X about like how like symmetrical shapes occur in nature all the time. Immediately pissing cold water on that entire thing.
Well, I mean, they straightened me out on that one pretty good when they found that like penguin. They're like, no, it's a rock.
It's rocks.
See, it looked a lot like a penguin.
It's rock.
I wanted it to be a Mars penguin.
Yeah, sorry, man.
It's a rock. Well, I mean, that's the other like bit of cold water. There were a couple of news stories that just really take the piss out of like hopeful things where they go out there and say they looked at the planets that are the exoplanets that are most close to Earth, but then they break down how utterly and uninhabitable these places really are.
Yeah.
Just like Kepler and a couple other places.
Yeah.
I'm like totally uninhabitable. Has water. Can't.
They keep doing that with Mars, man. So, I mean,
We're gonna get there.
we're going to get there, but if anybody decides to live there for more than 2 months, you're going to die.
Well, you'll be a Martian from there on out.
No, you're going to die. So, the radiation will kill you. So,
Well, look, I'm gonna presume.
I get it, man.
They're gonna build an atmosphere there.
No, they're not. That takes a lot more work than people think.
Yeah, but that's what they're gonna
But
do.
it'll take about 1,000 years.
It won't take that long.
Yeah, well,
They'll figure it
Guys,
yeah.
guys.
And the math is pretty clear.
The Earth engine will be there.
Right, yeah, sure, yeah. You just like shoot out the tube, and they fixed up the machine 5 minutes ago, and rather than your eyeballs popping out of your skull, you're just gonna for like a couple minutes, and you'll be fine.
Send up robots up there to 3D print some things and build foundation stuff, and then you can.
And it will take 1,000 years.
It won't be that.
Bro, the math used to take 189 years to build a cathedral. Shit changes, man.
Chemistry doesn't change.
Well, actually, it does. This was part of the thing where they talked about the quote unquote 1,000,000-degree, 19 minutes artificial sun created in China.
Yeah, I know, I get that. Yeah.
Well, it's bullshit.
I know it's complete bullshit. And the idea that you would actually be able to build an atmosphere in Mars within even remotely clearing our lifetimes, where you and I are going to see people living on it, is also bullshit.
Well, again, here's the
Yeah.
to use the Notre Dame example. People knew that it would take generations to build this thing.
Correct.
And so this is entirely possible that this procedure begins and also advances along the way too.
It's possible.
So, if you're talking about, all right, so this is going to take 1,000 years. Eventually it cuts down. It's like, well, actually, we shaved 500 years off that, right?
Okay, fine. Yeah, I mean,
But it'll be after I'm dead, and I won't care.
you, your children, your great grandchildren.
I think
Mars does not have a gravitational pull to actually retain an atmosphere. Even if you go up there and turn every last little molecule into oxygen, nitrogen, the right thing, it'll just spin off into space. You gotta
they'll figure it out.
Okay, all right. So yeah, all right. So we'll start by drilling into it and building iron molecules and its fucking core.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'd say 3 to 4 generations.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Not
That's
fine.
I still won't be there.
No, I won't be there.
You all have progeny, so perhaps like little versions of you all, future versions. Okay, good. That's cool. It won't be my problem.
Right. The thing that I just seen is like Elon Musk's great grandchildren will not be on Mars. So, yeah.
I can see
I
it.
don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of excited about it, but I'm like just, there's just certain elements there that is like, all right, you got to fix this engineering problem for that to actually happen. So every mission that we've ever launched, with the exception of the Apollo missions, and they were only exposed to radiation for about 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
So was protected by Earth's magnetosphere.
Right.
So including the guys who are in the International Space Station. So if you're going to send people to Mars, which is 9 months to get there, they're going to die. So, or be so severely irradiated that they will not be able to survive the return trip. So, and you can't build a space station that is aligned with enough lead to protect them with that. That won't deteriorate between now and that trip there. So,
Again, so
radiation of the sun is really lethal.
it is a problem.
Really lethal, and Mars has no magnetosphere. So, whatever you send up there is going to perpetually deteriorate.
Yeah,
Right.
figure something out.
I hope so, man, but
I'm presuming that machines will be doing most of this work.
and that's what I think. I think we will absolutely, in our lifetime, we will send a shitload of probes there. We'll be able to learn whatever we can. So, but an actual human being touching foot on Mars and then coming back to coming back to here to tell us all about it, that's highly unlikely in our lifetime. So,
In my lifetime, no. That's not.
yeah, but that's what we want to see. Go see the face. Are there things there? You know, do you get off and find a gum wrapper?
Well, the thing I understand is if the machines are doing it and they're relaying the information, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm
in
cool
lieu
with
of
that.
a human being,
Yeah.
right? That's totally fine. Now, I'll also say that yes, they will be doing the labor. This is going to be the next, cottage industry of all this stuff. Because there's this
sure.
this thing of saying like, what do you get out of it? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
right? So that being said, yeah, I do think that we'll get. I think we will have machines there that are actually working there by
Yes.
the end of our lifetime.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely
I agree
laboring
with that,
things,
yeah.
and will be actually. I will argue that they will be trying to build something habitable, whether or not, even if it's like, yes, this will be habitable in
200 years.
200 years.
Yeah.
I believe they will be working on some kind of habitation program
Okay.
there, but not for humans because, it's
Because melty.
the melt is a problem.
Melting is a
gotta do
problem.
something about it. Yeah. We got to do something about it, but
Right. Yeah.
I mean, again, it's just the. I have seen technology come way too far in way too short of a period. Right now, I will say I'm a little bit disgusted with how fast the 4000 series of graphics cards came, and then the 5000 series, which aren't that much of a step up from the 4000 series.
I still run a 2070 and it kicks the shit out of just about any game that I can play.
So
It's like, meh.
I'm a little bit bothered by that, and I'm also bothered like Will's phone is pretty similar to mine, and he just got it like today.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Okay, it's a little bigger than mine. Does it get Twitter on it?
I don't know.
Does
I'm
it have
assuming.
YouTube on it?
It's got YouTube. It's got everything I had.
Do you get phone calls?
It does the exact same things.
Do
Yes.
you
yes.
get emails?
Yes, it does.
So my
everything.
phone's about 6 years old and it does.
Yeah.
And I still have 13% battery.
But that being said, the development to these things in such a short period of time is nothing short of an engineering marvel.
Yeah, but
Now,
there's a plateau. So that's all I'm saying. It's
Right.
Like it takes like real radical thinking outside the box. And I think robots are the way to go. So with that one,
well, and I think that it's the combination of the two things. It's basically robotics and basically AI that isn't so spreadsheety, where it starts actually finding using the area, using this to actually solve
right.
its engineering problems with what it has there, and that's how it's going to work. But that's
Yeah, okay. We'll see.
that's another time. That's enough.
Gotta use the coupons.
Yeah.
15% more off your
Guys.
radiation. Anyway, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
Well, Jeff, and America's Best will have nothing to do with life on Mars.
Unless they can't see.
No, they'll want good glasses, and they'll want good people working there.
Radioactive.
Okay,
shield
let me
glass.
hit the button here before we
Okay.
get sued.